Right now, you are carrying around a mental burden that is quietly destroying your ability to make decisions, focus, and find peace. Modern psychology calls it cognitive load, a state where your working memory is so overwhelmed by the complexities of modern life that your mental performance simply collapses. To fix this, society tells you two contradictory lies. You are either told to fully surrender to your emotions, letting them dictate your every move, or you are told to tough it out and bottle them up until you eventually break. But what if the ultimate cure for our modern anxiety epidemic isn't a new pill or a trendy wellness hack? What if the most effective psychological tool ever created was actually developed 2,000 years ago by a crippled slave and a Roman emperor? There is a massive misconception about what it means to be truly resilient. People think it means feeling absolutely nothing. But modern science has uncovered a hidden truth about this ancient philosophy that flips everything we know about mental health completely upside down. We live in an age of unprecedented psychological distress. Between information overload, non-stop problem solving, and the pressure to multitask, our brains are chronically strained, pushing our cognitive load to its absolute limit. When we reach this state of mental exhaustion, our decision-making crumbles, and we default to panic, anxiety, or complete avoidance. For decades, modern therapy has tried to solve this crisis. In the mid-20th century, pioneers like Aaron Beck and Ellis revolutionized psychology by developing cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, which remains the gold standard for treating depression and anxiety today. But here's the secret most people don't know. CBT was directly built upon the foundations of ancient Stoic philosophy. The creators of modern therapy realized that a philosopher named Epictetus had already solved the human condition 2 millennia ago when he stated, "People are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them." Yet, despite having access to powerful tools like CBT, millions still feel completely trapped. Why? Because we treat therapy as a temporary band-aid to fix a specific symptom rather than a comprehensive system for living. We want a quick fix for our pain, but Stoicism warns us against this. Pop culture has twisted the word stoic to mean someone who suppresses their feelings, presenting a false facade of toxic toughness or emotional detachment. Science proves that this kind of emotional suppression actually weakens your immune system and increases physical inflammation. Real Stoics didn't suppress their emotions, they completely transformed them. They built what they called an inner citadel, a fortress of the mind that could withstand disease, exile, and even torture. So how exactly did they do it? And more importantly, how can you replicate this ancient mental armor in your own life today without becoming an emotionless robot? The answer lies in mastering a psychological mechanism that most of us get completely wrong. The secret to this unbreakable mental resilience comes down to one profoundly simple yet brutally difficult concept: the dichotomy of control. Stoicism teaches that the universe is divided into 2 distinct categories. In the first category are the things we completely control: our judgments, our impulses, our desires, and our actions. In the second category is literally everything else: our bodies, our property, our reputation, other people, and the past. The reason you feel so overwhelmed and anxious is that you are constantly trying to control the second category. You are mistaking your individual contributions for absolute control over the final outcome. Modern psychology identifies this exact dynamic as your locus of control.
Individuals who operate with an external locus of control believe that fate, luck, or other people determine their lives, leaving them paralyzed by anxiety and a sense of helplessness. But Stoicism forces you to aggressively cultivate an internal locus of control. When you stop tying your happiness to external results and start tying it only to your own efforts and character, your cognitive load plummets. Your brain stops wasting precious energy analyzing things you cannot change, freeing up massive amounts of mental bandwidth for the things you can. But the Stoics didn't stop at just identifying what they could control. They actively trained their minds for the worst-case scenarios, using a technique called Premeditatio Malorum, or the premeditation of evils. By deliberately visualizing potential setbacks, job loss, or heartbreak, they stripped these future events of their shock value. Today, psychologists use this exact same mechanism in exposure therapy to desensitize the brain's fear centers and downregulate the threat response in the amygdala. And when disaster inevitably does strike, Stoicism demands we apply Amor Fati, a radical love of fate. Instead of fighting reality or playing the victim, you embrace the obstacle. You recognize that the very thing blocking your path is actually providing you with the exact training you need to grow stronger. This perfectly mirrors modern acceptance and commitment therapy, or ACT, which teaches us that suffering is a natural part of life and that true psychological flexibility comes from accepting our pain rather than trying to run away from it. It's the difference between being crushed by a giant wave and learning how to surf it. This brings us back to the ultimate truth about human psychology. The goal of Stoicism, much like the goal of the best modern therapies, is not to turn you into a cold, unfeeling stone. True Stoics feel the initial sting of fear, anger, and grief just like anyone else. The difference is in the gap between the stimulus and their response. In that vital moment, they use reason to intercept the emotion, objectively challenging their own negative thoughts before those thoughts can dictate their behavior. They don't passively resign themselves to fate. They bravely accept reality exactly as it is, and then they take purposeful, virtuous action. By combining the ancient wisdom of the dichotomy of control with the proven methods of modern cognitive therapies, you hold the blueprint to an unshakable mind. You no longer have to be a victim of your own cognitive overload. You can reclaim your internal locus of control starting today. If this breakdown changed the way you view your own mind, hit that like button to help the algorithm share this message and subscribe for more deep dives into the psychology of human greatness. Remember, the obstacle isn't in your way. The obstacle is the way.